Hey everyone, Steven here, and today I'm looking at the S450 standing electric desk from OdinLake. I want to go ahead and cover the specs and then the different options you have when purchasing this desk first before I talk about my overall user experience. So looking at OdinLake's website here, I will have a link for this in the description, but the desk size, you have 60 by 30, 55 by 27, which is the one that I have, and then 47 by 24. So that is the length and then the depth. For the color, you have black, white, wood, and maple. I have white with this. And then for the frame color, you have black and white. All of these do ship for free, and they are having a sale right now as well. So if we scroll down here, let's look at the specs. So this is a dual motor with this, and I do prefer the dual motor over the single motors. One, it has a higher lifting capacity compared to the single motors, and it's also quieter than the single. The single, typically you have to install the actual bar, the axle for the rotation with it so that it will raise up. It's just easier overall to build it. It has more capacity for what you can put on top of it, that lifting capacity. And then again, the noise level here is going to be quieter. So we have the dual motor for the motor type. Lifting speed is 1.2 inches per second. Lifting capacity is 275 pounds. Noise level is 50 decibels. Height range without the top is 48.8 inches. Height range with the top is 49.8 inches. The applicable desktop is 43 to 72 inches. The frame foot width is 25.4 inches. Material is SPCC steel. For the colors here, this is for the frame, you have white and black. Outlet voltage is 110 to 240 volts, and then anti-collision, it does have that with this. Again, looking at the desktop here. So if we're gonna look at mine specifically, that is the 55 inch by 27.5 inch here. And then it does come with built-in grommets, and with that they are 3.15 inches for the diameter there. These are plastic though, so do keep that in mind. So I wish they were steel, because with the plastic ones you just have to be a little bit more careful so that you don't break them. And then the material here of the desktop is warp proof MDF wood. And then last, I do want to showcase, we have the wood, maple, white, and black for the actual desktop itself. It is 1 inch thick with that. And so here we can scroll through those colors really quick. So we have black, white, wood, and maple. Again, with the difference in the frames as well, if you wanted to choose the white frame over the black frame, depending on the top that you get. And then price here is really going to be dependent upon just the overall size. So for the 60 by 30, normally $750, but 13% off right now, so it brings it down to $650 or $649. For the version that I have, it is typically $649, but right now it's 8% off, so you can get it for $599. And then last, we have the 47 by 24, that is typically $549, but you can get it 18% off right now for $449. The difference in the top here isn't going to change that, neither is the frame color, it is just the overall size. These ship separate as well, so when you go to ship these, again, the shipping is free here, but you will get the frame in one box and then the top, the desktop, in another one here, and then the installation video is on their website, so you can watch that if you have any questions, but it does come with a manual as well, so that does help you. Let's go ahead and shift over now. I'm going to showcase just some cool B-roll footage of the desk, and I'm going to talk about the process of building this now. So inside of the box that the frame comes in, you have the user manual. They also have a product catalog. You're going to have all of the screws that you need, obviously, but you also have 4 cable management clips, 4 cable ties, which are Velcro, and then just a little bag of spare parts, which I always love when companies include that. Some don't, but it's always nice when they do, just in case anything goes wrong. You already have the backups right there ready to go. In terms of the amount of time that it took to build this, it took about 25 minutes. For the screws, they are the hex key screws, and it does come with the actual hex key, or the Allen wrench is another name for that. So that is provided. It doesn't have a screwdriver with it, because with the main portion of the frame on the bottom, you're going to want to screw that into the actual desktop. For that, you will need a screwdriver. I do recommend a drill because it's going to make that a little bit easier. You will need that. Screwdriver is what you could go with for the keypad. You don't need the drill necessarily for that, but for the main portion, the middle portion there, it'll be easiest to do that because there is no pre-drilled holes. For the keypad there is, but for the main portion of the frame there is not, so just keep that in mind. Overall, this was very easy to build though. They had everything lined out. It was just an easy process. It will be a little bit quicker if you have another person to kind of hold things in place for the initial portion of building this, but not necessarily something that you need. You just saw me build this by myself. For the legs, the screws go on the bottom also, so it makes it a more seamless look when it comes to the legs. I do appreciate that. And then you have the adjustable base portion of the legs, where if you need to raise one side up, if the ground's uneven, you have that readily available as well. After I had this built, went ahead and programmed the 3 programmable buttons on the keypad here, and with that, the number that tells you the height, it will go from 60 to 125. That is both very low and very high. I think it's actually one of the, in terms of the range that a stand-up desk gives me, it's one of the best that I've used to date. The low, this could work if you have like a 5-6-year-old, this could be their desk, right? It just gives you so much more scalability. And then if you're really tall and you do the stand-up portion of it, like it's too tall for me and I'm 6 foot, you could use this if you're probably like 6'4", 6'5". So again, a very wide range here. I do like that. Now, outside of the clips and the Velcro, there aren't really any cable management systems with this. So after I just cleaned up the cables on the bottom that power the desk itself, I personally like getting some type of cable management system for the back of the desk. That way I can keep those cables from just drooping down. I will have a link for the ones I'm using in the description if you want to pick it up, as well as a cable sleeve, because it just cleans up the overall look. So this is the cable trays in the back here, but as you can see, these are just loose cables. When I actually put the sleeve on is where it just cleans up everything, and it is long enough with this also that it will still allow me to put this in the standing position and then drop it back down without stretching out anything or pulling something out of the wall. And to me, I think it just creates a very sleek look with everything. So the only cable that you're seeing right now is for my headset, because I don't like that running over the top of the desk. Now, I'm hoping down the road OdinLake actually starts offering or making these particular products, because it would be easy just to order everything all at once. But for right now, you get this, and there are just a ton of options out there. You could go with something different, but I do think cleaning all of this up is going to help when it comes to having a stand-up desk. Now with the grommets, I did mention that I wish these were metal over plastic, but if you make sure that everything will fit through this, you shouldn't have an issue. It's just when you force something that you have the potential to break it. But if you set everything pre and just plan out, hey, what's actually going to fit through here, it does clean up the desk. And I like the fact that they are built in versus needing to add them later. I've done that with other desks. It's just a big pain. These ones come standard with this. Now looking at everything that I like with this product, I like the difference in the sizing options. I like the difference in the desktop options, and then the base, so you can change these around to really find the look that you want. I like the overall just height adjustment. Again, this is like the widest range in terms of for how low it will go to how high it will go out of any stand-up desk that I've used. I like those built-in grommets. I do like the keypad here. It keeps it simple. You just have those 3 presets and then the up and down button that you get to change this to your liking. And any more than 3, I've had some that have like 5. I don't personally need that. Like 3 is perfect. I think that's just a good sweet spot. Now it doesn't have any USB charging. Some of the other desks that I've reviewed in the past do have that. That would be a nice to have here, but I don't think it's a must have with this desk. I would say with the white version though, do keep in mind, white is more susceptible to scrape marks. So with this over time, you're probably going to get some. That's just how it goes with white. That's been every desk that I've had that's white. So if you are worried about that, I would go with one of the darker colors. I think the price point here is pretty solid, especially if you're going to go with a discount and you're going to get this on sale. It's a price that to me feels pretty standard with the industry. Like, it's not overpriced, it's not on the like cheaper side, it's just a good solid middle of the road price here. And really the grommets is the only downside with this that I personally have, outside of I would like to see more cable management options, whether that was more clips that this came with or OdinLake actually creating their own cable trays for the back. That would be really nice to see down the road. Another addition to this though that you could do, I've actually reviewed an OdinLake chair. The Ergo Pro 633 pairs very nicely with this desk. Now they have a ton of other chairs with this. This is just the one that I have, but now I have the chair and the desk both from OdinLake that just creates a very nice, clean, sleek looking desk. And this all just culminates in a very solid product line from OdinLake. Now with this, they had the stand-up desk. This is like the updated, upgraded version of it. But I like the fact that they're taking their product lines and they're trying to expand them and improve them. So that's going to wrap this video up. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. Again, all of the links are going to be in the description. If you want to pick any of these things up, definitely look for those sales because you can get these with a really solid price. And that's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, hit the like button for me as it helps the channel out. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.